And we back. Now today's video, we're doing a part 2 of a video I did a few weeks ago where I reset the NBA to the year 2000, the beginning of, oh my God, it's about to be 2 decades ago. I feel like an old man, but I reset the NBA to then, and the reason I did that is because I wanted to see 2K try to A, see if they could predict the future, and B, and see how things could be differently. You know, we're gonna have different championships and different draft slots, different trades, and because of that, well, players that you know and love are on different teams than you remember. So in today's video, we're starting in the year 2004. The first video is 2003 to 2000 to 2003. I recommend going to watch that. But right now we're going 2004 to I don't know when. So we just wrapped up LeBron's rookie season and he destroyed it. He destroyed it. Melo destroyed it. And Dwayne Wade destroyed it. LeBron got drafted to the Nuggets. So I'll quickly go through some of the things you missed if you missed the first episode. But LeBron was the 2nd overall pick. And guess what? The Cavs had the first pick. They had the first pick, but instead of taking the King LeBron like they did in real life, they took Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade had a great rookie season as well. But they took Dwayne Wade over LeBron, and then that made it so that the Denver Nuggets with the 2nd pick ended up with LeBron instead of ending up with Carmelo, which they did in real life later down in the draft. So things, again, are just different. I forget where Carmelo Anthony ended up. So let me do sorted, and he plays for the Atlanta Hawks, right? And he averaged like 28 points per game his rookie season. So the players that we are using is, of course, the draft classes that 2K created. So don't be mad at me, you know what I'm saying? So what is different in the league today? Kobe is still with the Lakers. T-Mac is still with Orlando. Timmy D is still with San Antonio, but Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili are not on their team, or they will not be on the team once they hit the league. Allen Iverson is still with the 76ers, and I think he just resigned. So he still got 3 more years in his contract. I thought he was up for an extension, but I guess that must have been early in last video. Vince Carter plays for the Boston Celtics. And we're talking about a 27-year-old Vince Carter because, again, we're in 2004. It's crazy to think that he was 27 then and he is still in the league. Oh, my God. But he left Toronto, but instead of going to, I think he ended up in Jersey in real life, he ended up going to Boston instead. Shaq re-signed. So again, we could see some dominance of Shaq and Kobe because they stayed together, and Shaq is 32 years old at this point. Paul Pierce ended up in Houston. He left Boston because they didn't make that trade. There was no KG trade. There was no Ray Allen coming to town. So, and they let Paul George leave so they can sign VC. What else? Rasheed Wallace is really good in this league right now. He is a 96 overall. So that's another thing that's going to be different. We're going to see how differently an NBA player's career could have gone if circumstances was just a little bit different. And Rasheed Wallace being that good is crazy. Chris Webber's still there, but he's 31 years old. Jermaine O'Neal went to the Memphis Grizzlies. In real life, Jermaine O'Neal starts to fizzle out eventually, but at 25 years old, he's a 94 overall here. KG still with Minnesota, but I think he just resigned. No, he's a free agent. KG can end up somewhere else this season. We also have No Chill Gill as a free agent, but he is on his rookie contract still, so they have his bird rights and everything. I'm trying to see who else is a free agent. Orlando Fernandez. So when you do this and you load in draft classes, there's always going to be auto-generated guys. And this is one of the auto-generated guys. He plays for the Chicago Bulls. He was a draft and stash player, so when he did come over to the league, he averaged 30. He averaged 30. 50, 40, 90, he's been 50. This guy's about to be an NBA legend. I'm just saying that. Sean Marion plays for the Portland Trail Blazers, not Phoenix anymore. Tony Parker is in Cleveland. He got drafted there 9th overall a few years ago. Antoine Walker is still in Boston. And the rest you can learn as we go on because it's not super important. But since we are in the year 2004, we got Dwight Howard coming into the league. He's got the 2020 hairstyle, but you know what I'm saying? We got Dwight Howard, potentially the 1st overall pick, with Luol Dangerous, potentially the number 2 pick. Devin Harris is there. Who else do we have in this draft class? Iggy, J.R. Smith, Kevin Martin, Trevor Ariza, anybody? Sean Livingston. Oh, we can see how Sean Livingston's career is going to be different because he won't get injured in this world. Anderson Varejao, Horace Grant Jr. Horace Grant, what the? This is an auto-generated dude. Horace Grant Jr. And he's not black. Okay. What else do we have here? Anybody else later in this draft that we need to talk about? No. So this is another one of them draft classes that does not have that many active NBA players anymore. But we still have Dwight Howard, who's the first ballot Hall of Famer, and some other really impactful players like Iggy and all. I'm curious how free agency is going to go, because I just showed you KG's up for an extension. We also got Antonio McDyess on our team that's up for an extension. When I say our team, I'm not rebuilding anything. We're just sitting back and watching. And in this video, I decided to take over the Nuggets because I'm curious to the type of team that is built around LeBron. Because right now they have Tough Juice Caron Butler. He's one of their best players, but he's coming off the bench because both him and LeBron are small forwards with no secondary position. They said LeBron can't run power forward. He can't run point guard. He can't do none of that. Same thing with Caron Butler, which is just weird. They've definitely played multiple positions in their career. They also have Zach Randolph, a young Zach Randolph, who is a beast. So let's see who's going to end up with Dwight Howard. Let's go to the draft lottery. The OKC Thunder potentially can get him. And in real life, this would not be the OKC Thunder. They would be the Seattle Supersonics. The Clippers have a good chance. The Wizards, y'all know in real life he ended up in Orlando, but Orlando has a good team right now. They got T-Mac and they got another really good player. Maybe they have Dirk. The Cavs. Dwayne Wade's probably going to have Dwight Howard on this team. I'm trying to remember who's on that Orlando Magic team because they're a good team in this simulation. Yeah, it's Dirk. Dirk left the Mavericks, which I already tell you we live in a super fantasy world. He left the Mavericks and he ended up in Orlando. They also have Antoine Jameson. This team is really decent. They made the playoffs and they went pretty far. Scott Pollard, who's a Survivor legend, I guess. Hopefully somebody understands what I'm talking about. But okay, the Cavaliers have the first overall pick. Will they take Dwight? Because not always do they take the player you think. Because last year, they had LeBron and they ended up with Wade. And look at that. They don't go with Dwight. They go with the auto-generated dude, Ricky Humphries. 6'8" guy out of Cincinnati. I mean, he might be dope. But you got future Hall of Famer Dwight Howard just sitting there. So instead, he's probably going to end up in Toronto here. Toronto will be... Nope, Devin Harris. Oh my God, Dwight Howard is falling. And I don't know why, because he's straight out of high school. He's got potentially 20 years of great basketball ahead of him. Again, we're living in a different world. J.R. Smith gets drafted before Dwight Howard. Oh my God, what are you doing? You lost Dirk. You could have had Dwight to fill the shoes, kind of. Is he going to end up in Phoenix? He cannot fall out of the top 5. There it is. He goes to Phoenix with the 4th overall pick. All right. So I don't know who's on Phoenix, but we're going to take a look at their team. Dwight Howard is a 79 overall rookie coming into things. I can't believe they took auto-generated guys over him. That is crazy. So yeah, let's see who's on that Phoenix Suns team that he's going to be playing alongside with. Wally Zerviak, old Penny Hardaway. Matt Hartbringer, who's, again, is an old white guy in real life, but he's got Tony Allen's face. I remember that. Larry Hughes. This team is not very good. They got Earl Boykins, though. 5'5" sure king stand up. Team's not very good. They got a young Luke Walton, who in his pictures, he's old. But yeah, they may take some years to get good. And you know what? They may have another draft pick. Sean Livingston ended up with LeBron, so that's pretty cool for them. But let's go to free agency. Again, we're not rebuilding anything, but we have Rasheed Wallace with 17 offers off the rip. Rasheed Wallace is a 17 and KG has 0? Yo, if I was really rebuilding this team, I know in real life KG don't like LeBron, but if I was really rebuilding this team, I have the cap space to put LeBron with KG. I have the cap space, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. It's not my rebuilding video. I don't want to tinker with anything. Jerry Stackhouse says, I cannot believe that KG has 0 offers. One of the best players of all time, one of the most aggressive players of all time, one of the most winningest players, at least his DNA, you know what I'm saying? I don't know percentage-wise. No offers. Steve Nash, 30 years old, no offers. Kenyon Martin, no offers. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, almost 40. He won $46 million. At 40 years old. And guess what? Somebody's going to give him a 1-year deal. Sam Cassell is there. We got a lot of good NBA players in free agency right now. So let's simulate a few days into it and see where players ended up. Rasheed Wallace went to the Pelicans with KG. Oh, we got to see who's on that team now. KG. Oh, they got Powell too. So one of these guys is coming off the bench. And something tells me they're going to have KG coming off the bench. Oh, I already know it. They're going to have KG coming off the bench. They got Jay Williams. No car accident or no motorcycle accident. So he's young and he's going to be good. Alonzo Mourning, old self. This team's actually not very good, but they're top heavy though. They're going to make the playoffs strictly off their big men. Jerry Stackhouse went to the Warriors after being in Detroit for so long. Antonio McDyess goes to the Wizards. Stephon Marbury stays in Brooklyn, which in real life would have been New Jersey again. The Bucks pick up Kenyon Martin. Did the Bucks still have Ray Allen? No, they have Glenn Robinson. You know what? Oh, no, Ray Allen is there. Okay, Ray Allen is there. So they have Ray Allen, Glenn Robinson, and Kenyon Martin, and Rip Hamilton. Interesting. Their point guard position is lackluster, though. They got Randy Brown, who in real life, definitely not what he looked like. Their point guard position is kind of hurting, but the rest of the team is amazing. That team should make the playoffs, and they got a 25-year-old guy, 24th overall pick a few years ago. He's big, he rebounds, he plays defense. I like that. That team's going to be solid. Let's see who else is here. Steve Nash goes to the Spurs. Oh, boy. Tim Duncan and Steve Nash together? Tim Duncan, Steve Nash, Brad Miller, Mo Peterson. The rest of the team, Malik Rose. The rest of the team's kind of boo-boo. But those two, whoo, and I understand Steve Nash is older now. He's 30 years old, so he's not as great as he was. But you got a 99 overall Tim Duncan on your team, and that matchup would be incredible. Okay, so next thing we do, we load in the 2005 draft class. And off the top of my head, I think the 2005 draft class was one of the worst in history. Let's see if I remember that correctly. Let's go load in the 2005 draft class. I don't think it produced any great players. So we got to go to the next season to see this. I was thinking about 2006. 2005 has Chris Paul, who's obviously the best player in the draft class. Marvin Williams ended up really going second overall, so that's cool. Danny Granger's there. Lou Williams. So, yeah, I got my years mixed up. Raymond Felton, Ronnie Turioff, Andrew Bogut. Okay. Luther Head? Yo, this is blowing my mind, bro. I am so surprised Luther Head is in this game. I remember, so, okay, this is about to be a little story time for y'all. Back in the day, I used to watch college basketball extensively, like college basketball and the NBA. I was big into both. Luther Head was on this team at Illinois. Again, I live in Chicago, so Illinois is one of the teams I was rooting for. They had Luther Head, D. Brown, Darren Williams. That team went all, maybe they was the Final Four, or they may ended up in the national championship game. It was in 2004. I was a little kid, so I don't remember it great. But I remember Luther Head declaring for the draft. I was so sad. I was so sad when he declared for the draft. And he might have been a senior, but younger me was so dumb that I might have not realized that, hey, this is the only year he could have declared for the draft. But yeah, man, D. Brown is from one of the neighborhoods that I grew up in too. So I obviously had to root for them. If they had a dude from my neighborhood and their Illinois team, come on, man. And then, of course, they produced Darren Williams. Amir Johnson is there, Channing Frye. So now we're getting to the point where we're getting way more NBA players in there. Ersan Ilyasova is 18 years old. CJ Miles, Yamahimi, Jason Maxiell. Okay, Hakeem Warwick. Yo, Hakeem Warwick has some crazy dunks in his NBA career. If you don't know who he is, go Google his like highlight reels. He got a couple crazy dunks. Wasn't good for that much else though. Marcin Gortat is here. Who else? That might be it. Everybody else here is an auto-generated guy, but we do have some impactful NBA players coming in this year. So let's see how this year ends up going. LeBron still don't really got that much help around here. He's got Antonio Davis, and Karan is coming off the bench. Zach Randolph, and then he's got a rookie with Cristiano Felicio's face, who's averaged 2 points per game last year. All right, let's get into it. You know what? No. Last thing I want to do before we simulate the season is see which top guys are going to be free agents this year. So far, not many. Tony Parker is going to be a free agent, but he's on his rookie contract, so he'll probably resign. Chris Webber is going to be a free agent. Yes, he's going to be 32 years old, but he's still a 95 overall, so we'll see Chris Webber be moved, potentially. Gilbert Arenas still on his rookie contract, but he doesn't have any team or player options, so some team could definitely snag him. Ray Allen could potentially leave depending on how good his team is this year. Dirk has a player option for $34 million. He'll probably accept that. But you know what? Dirk is so good, he could probably get more than $34 million. Antoine Walker's a free agent. Sharif Abdul-Rahim is a free agent. Sharif Abdul-Rahim in these videos are always amazing. He makes multiple All-NBA teams. Let's look. He's been a 4-time All-Star, All-NBA team 3 times. Like, he puts up some crazy numbers in this simulation. LeBron is still on his rookie contract, but he's up for an extension. And then the rest of the guys are all like guys on rookie contracts. But you know what? anything can happen. Anything can happen in the NBA. So let's simulate, and I'll be right back. Baron Davis wins most valuable player. Put it on for Charlotte. I like to see that. Oh, so this is what happens. So in real life, there's probably a rookie that had better numbers than this, but they never give Rookie of the Year to a real guy. It's always the auto-generated guy. So Dwight Howard may have had a better season. We'll check it. But Travis Vaughn won Rookie of the Year. Sixth man went to KG. Like I said, they were going to have Kevin Garnett's coming off the bench. That is so disrespectful. Ben Wallace wins Defensive Player of the Year, averaging his 4 points. But he gets his blocks. He plays great defense. And then Most Improved went to some generated guy. And wow, Tom Janovich wins Coach of the Year. I don't even know what team he's coaching nowadays. So All-NBA first team gave us Baron Davis, T-Mac, Melo, Chris Webber, and Shaq. Second team gave us Jason Richardson. Oh my God, he must have had a great season. Oh, he averaged 35 and 9. We will look at all-around stats, but that is ridiculous. Kobe, second team. LeBron, second team. Sharif Abdul-Rahim, we talked about him a little earlier, second team. Jermaine O'Neal, second team. All right. Third team gives us No Chill Gill, AI, Mr. Fundamental, or the Big Fundamental, I guess. The Truth, and Powell. Does Powell have a nickname, or is it just Powell? Either way, I'm curious to see what teams made the playoffs and what didn't. But first, let's look at league leaders. Like we saw, Jason Richardson led the league in scoring. Ridiculous numbers for him. And he's only 24 years old. Oh, boy. He's about to destroy this league, man. All some pretty good numbers. Any surprising players up here? Jerry Stackhouse always puts up his points, at least. But the rest, it all makes a lot of sense. Rebounding numbers, we probably got some great rebounds in here. As Shaq averaging 17 rebounds a game. Jermaine O'Neal averaging 15. Tyson Chandler, young Tyson Chandler, 13. Ben Wallace, 13. Steals, T-Mac and AI tie to lead the league. And Baron Davis led in assists. Field goal percentage went to Rasheed Wallace, which is crazy. Oh my God, he shot terribly for 3. I was about to say, because he is a good three-point shooter, but he shot terribly for 3, but still led the league in overall field goal percentage. Now, let's see who made the playoffs and who didn't. The best team in the entire NBA was the Houston Rockets, who have Kenny Anderson, Cuttino Mobley, Jesse Daughtry, Paul Pierce, and Kelvin Cato. This is a bunch of auto-generated dudes. A lot of auto-generated dudes. Even look at, they gave Bam's picture to Jamal McGlure, but this is a lot of auto-generated guys. Michael Olowokandi, Barbosa's on this team. A lot of auto-generated dudes, though. Memphis with Mike Bibby, auto-generated dudes. Sharif Abdul-Rahim, Amari Stoudemire, and Jermaine O'Neal, second seed. This is a really good team. I like that team. The Warriors gave Jerry Stackhouse and Yao Ming, who put up 20 and 11, 2.5 blocks. Shout out to Yao Ming. The Kings still have Peja. They still have Chris Webber. They got Theo Ratcliffe at the center position. Bobby Jackson's still there. So a lot of their guys did end up going to different teams. Byron Russell's there, but he's old at this point. OKC, which should still be the Seattle Supersonics, have Jason Richardson, Bonzi Wells. It's Gary Payton's oldest dirt. So it really was just Jason Richardson like, yo, I'm going to score 40 a night almost, and we're going to make the playoffs because of that. Utah has Gilbert Arenas, a young Jamal Crawford at 25 years old, and Darko as their starting center. The human victory cigar starting on the playoff team. Y'all say he couldn't do that. Penny, Wally, and Dwight. Dwight Howard averaged 16 and 9 his rookie season, 1.5 blocks. They sneak into the playoffs, basically tied for the 8th seed, but they end up with the 7th seed. And then Jay Will, KG Powell, and Rasheed Wallace, his team makes it. Okay, out east, we do have Baron Davis, Jamal Mashburn, Elton Brand, and PJ Brown. Elton Brand left Chicago, went to Charlotte. It was like, you know what? I could potentially win a ring this year with the MVP. Ray Allen, Glenn Robinson's team made it as a second team. Stephon Marbury's and Keith Van Horn's team made it as a 3rd seed. Vince Carter's squad with Antoine Walker and Chris Kaman makes it as a 4. The Bulls make it with the auto-generated guy that's a god, basically. Another 50, 40, 90 season for him. That's 3 in a row. Doug Christie. Ain't heard that name in a minute. Shout out to Doug Christie, man. But he's 34 years old, so he's probably going to be retiring sometime soon. Hedo Turkoglu's on the squad. He was drafted just a few years ago. Naz Muhammad, yeah, that team's alright, I guess. And then lastly, we have Orlando with T-Mac and Dirk. And how is this team only winning 46 games? With T-Mac and Dirk, that alone, I get you got an old Bob Sura, but that team alone, these three alone should be enough to get you 50 wins. And then we have Antonio McDyess's team, and then Allen Iverson's team. They still can't build a really good team around him. All right, let's see who wins it all before we get to the offseason and see what players sign and who gets drafted where. Okay. And it happens to be KG and them, right? This is KG's team, right? Oh, it's not. KG went to New Orleans. KG went to New Orleans. So this is Sharif Abdul-Rahim's team. He's about to make the Hall of Fame, man. He's making all NBA teams. He just won the finals and a finals MVP. He's gonna mess around and be in the Hall of Fame in a few years. Mike Bibby, Swolo, well, I guess in these days he wasn't really swole. Mike Bibby and company win a championship. Oh, Michael Jordan called it a career, man. 40 years old, and his last season at 40, he still averaged 16. That's my GOAT right there. That is my GOAT right there. Tim Hardaway calls it a career too with Randy Brown, Mitch Richmond. He didn't have a job. He's only a 72 overall, but he's 35 years old too. Rick Fox, he calls it a career so he can go start acting like he did in real life. Darrell Armstrong, Luke Longley. Man, Brian Cartner, I ain't heard that name in a minute. All those guys retire. So right now, we're in the Chris Paul sweepstakes because he is undoubtedly the best guy available, and the Clippers could potentially have him. I know in real life he got drafted to the Hornets, or technically was it the Pelicans? He got drafted to one of those two teams, but he ended up with the Clippers. Will that happen again? Toronto potentially is going to have Chris Paul. That's if they play their cards right and they draft the best guy available, which is Chris Paul. He's going to end up north. It's crazy to think about how things can happen, man. Everything is different now. And Chris Paul is taken first overall. Seeing him in that jersey is kind of weird. It is definitely weird. And this is his older player model, 34-year-old Chris Paul player model, not the 19, 20-year-old we saw when he actually made it into the league. So who's going to be, I forgot who, Danny Granger was here. It's going to be an auto-generated guy. Alexander McKinney from Wake Forest. He was 6'7", shooting guard at a Wake Forest. Shout out to him for being drafted there. I wish there was a world where like the auto-generated guys were all terrible. I literally just want the regular dudes. Lou Williams ends up playing with LeBron James. In real life, they just went head-to-head last night, and now they're playing together. Lou Williams in real life took a couple years before he was pretty good. Obviously, he came in right out of high school when he was an undersized guard then. So it took him a few years to get it going. Danny Granger ended up with the Clippers. In real life, he played a season there, at least one season, with like very late in his career. But now from New Mexico, he's playing with them early. The Lakers still have Shaq and Kobe, but they were in the lottery. Something's going on with Shaq and Kobe because it's just because they're both getting up there in age. I don't know. Do they need to be split? Potentially. Bogut goes to the Minnesota Timberwolves. But that's the thing when you do like these different worlds, they very rarely do like big time trades. So Shaq and Kobe could not be working out right now, but they'll never actually make the trade. They're probably going to retire together unless one of their contracts is up soon. So Marvin Williams ended up with the Timberwolves with Bogut. They had 2 lottery picks this season, so they had to make a trade somewhere. Luther Head goes to the Spurs. Gerald Green goes to the Hawks. Jason Maxiell to the Pels. Ersan Ilyasova to Utah. Hakeem Warwick up there with the OKC Thunder. And I think that's all that matters, really. Channing Frye goes to the Kings. Okay, rookie signings. That's not my business. Let's go to free agency, because that's my business. Tony Parker is the highest guy here, but he's restricted, so they can match anything. And he's got his qualifying offer on the table. Also restricted is Gilbert Arenas, so he's got so many offers. Do you think, I forget who he played for. Do you think that they would match? Oh, did he play for Utah? They're definitely going to match. Chris Webber, also restricted at 32 years old. That's kind of crazy. He's a restricted free agent at 32 years old. What sense does that make? Huh. But there we have Ray Allen. So he may not stay with the Bucks. Let's see what his options are. The Wizards offered him a 3-year, $127 million, and he's not even that interested. He's at 77% out of 100, so he's not really that interested in it. The Bucks didn't even offer him a contract. They said, you can walk, my G. Dirk, 0 offers. Okay. Antoine Walker, 0 offers. Glenn Robinson, 0 offers. So we maybe get to the point in these videos where nobody really... Oh, wait, that's not true. Our team has a lot of cap. But teams, yeah, look at that, $45 million over the cap. A lot of these teams don't have money to sign the superstar players anymore. Look at that. The 76ers are $54 million over the cap. How is that even possible? Of course, they have Ray Allen. Quentin Richardson signed $20 million contract. How is this even possible? So with that, if we get to the point where star players are not getting signed in free agency, I'll turn off salary. I will turn it off. Because I'm not about to have a season where a guy like Allen Iverson is just sitting in free agency because nobody want to offer him a max deal. But those guys did get signed, so we don't have to worry about that right now. Let's see who ends up where. The Trailblazers end up with Chris Webber, so he ends up leaving Sacramento. Tony Parker stays with Cleveland. Of course, he was restricted. Gilbert Arenas stays because he was restricted. Dirk ends up on his third team in his career. And now he is going to play alongside Carmelo Anthony and company. All right. The Kings replace Chris Webber with Ray Allen. Ray Allen, actually, the last couple of years, he ain't been amazing, man. I mean, he's shooting the ball. Come on, man. Efficiently wise. But I guess he was taking the back seat to somebody else. Because he's only 17, 16 points. No, that's not you, baby. You need to get back to the 24 realm. The Nuggets, which is LeBron, has Antoine Walker now. So they're starting to build a team around LeBron. At least try to. Sharif Abdul-Rahim, instead of being in Memphis, he won his championship. He went to the Kings as well. Powell stays with the Pelicans. Pager goes to the Mavericks, which in real life, he got a championship with the Magic late in his career. The Magic get Big Z. All right. Tyson Chandler resigns on a big old contract. 5 years, $190 million. Get your bag, King. And then the rest, I mean, it matters, but not too much. So we're going to 2016. And then after that, we may call it a video because these actually take a long time because I'm so interested and I want to see every little small thing about the league that I'm spending a lot of time on it. So this draft class is going to have, Brandon Roy, LaMarcus Aldridge, Rajon Rondo, Kyle Lowry. Okay. Who else? Rudy Gay, Paul Millsap. So we got some hitters in this draft class too. What the heck? A white Kevin Garnett and he's a shooting guard. You see the auto-generated guys 2K be coming up with? White KG. Same name and all. That is crazy. Ryan Hollis in this draft class. He's trash though. JJ Redick is here. Dabo Cephalosha. Zaza Pachulia Jr. is a black man. I can't make this stuff up. 2K's a wild game, man. Zaza Pachulia Jr. is a black male from the Republic of Georgia. Oh, okay. So at least they did that right. Right? That's where he's from. Huh. He must have married a sister. It's possible. It's possible. Who else? PJ Tucker. Okay, PJ. He's kind of low on the list, but he's still there. Who? Steve Novak, one of the greatest shooters there. And then the rest, probably nobody. Oh, Leon Poe. He's super down there. That's so trash. You're trash. You're projected to go 58th in a thing with a bunch of auto-generated dudes. That's trash. You're trash. And that's pretty much it for this draft class. I'm curious to see what team end up winning the championship because we did have some big moves. Free agency this year. Let's see who our top free agents are. Hopefully we got some like heavy hitters, like guys that can really change the NBA. There we go. Vince Carter, 99 overall. He's a free agent. Do we have any player options or something? He does have a player option, but he may decline it. I don't know. T-Mac, free agent. Tim Duncan, free agent. Paul Pierce, free. Oh, this draft. Oh my God, this free agency class is going to be ridiculous. Yeah, let's get to the end of the season because all these moving pieces can set up next video to be an absolute banger. I mean, every video is a banger, ain't it? Oh my God, I did not see this coming at all. Tony Parker just averaged 32. Oh, we're living in a crazy 32 and 11. Tony Parker just won an MVP award. I can't make this up. Oh my God. KG, 6th man of the year again. Ben Wallace, offensive player of the year again. What the heck? Tony Parker, bro? That is insane. Kobe just won. Oh, is on the first team with LeBron, who's now averaging 30 as well. Tim Duncan, Yao Ming. I cannot believe my eyes right there. That just threw me. Him, Dwayne Wade. Who else? Didn't they just get somebody else? Drew, being good is good. Did they get you Drew Gooden? This team is going to win a championship, bro. This team is going to win a championship. Oh my God, bro. I cannot believe what I just... What team? Toronto ended up with Chris Paul. So let's see what Chris Paul ended up doing. He averaged 17 and 8.5 his rookie season. Pretty good numbers there. I cannot believe what I just saw. Any new teams in the playoffs this year? Not really, man. We're seeing the same teams. I mean, the newest team is our team. LeBron and them made it as the 8th seed, even though they lost their last 3 games. They almost blew it. They almost blew it. But the worst team in the league ended up being the Supersonics. That makes sense. Their team is kind of boo-boo. Actually, no, not in the entire league. The worst team in the entire league was Vince Carter and Derek Fisher's team. Vince Carter definitely not re-signing. Now, let's see. We saw Tony Parker average at 30. Kobe also always is going to average 30 because Kobe does Kobe things. He's actually 50, 40, 90 club 2 years in a row. Shout out to Kobe, man. T-Mac averaged 31. Anybody surprising? Nope. It's always going to be the same dudes, man. Always going to be the same dudes. The Lakers, but again, the Lakers don't make the playoffs. I don't understand it. Where are they? 35 wins. They got 99 overall. Kobe, 93 overall. Shaq. The rest of the team is just auto-generated dudes, though. So maybe that's why they suck. They don't have any, like, real NBA players. I mean, they got Calvin Booth, but he's up there in age. Doug Christie's old as dirt. Raymond Felton was a rookie, and he averaged... oh, per 36, he was a god. But he averaged 0.7 of a point. Robert Horry's old. They got to blow it up, man. They got to... That's all I got to say. You got to get some value for either Shaq or Kobe while they still hooping. LeBron and them got eliminated in the first round. That don't matter. The Houston Rockets just came back 3-1. I saw it. It happened. Houston Rockets just came back 3-1. And Paul Pierce wins Finals MVP. He gets his ring without KG, without Ray Allen them. So again, this is where we're going to end the video off after we see the draft lottery, see who gets drafted where and go into free agency. The Dallas Mavericks win the lottery. The Bulls and then the Supersonics are third. 76ers is AI gonna get some help, man? Because he really just been doing it all on his own for the past 3-4 seasons. The first year that we did this, they made the playoffs, but after that, they've been trash. They've been trash this entire time. Brandon Roy goes first overall. Let's go, my boy D. Roy, first overall pick, and we're gonna see his career go without any injuries. Who knows what could have happened back then? Second overall pick, the Chicago Bulls select. Is it gonna be LaMarcus? Oh, yo, it would have been dope if they selected LaMarcus because that's who they selected in real life, and then they traded him for Tyrese Thomas. That would have been dope to see that happen, but nope, not gonna happen here. Third overall pick is going to another auto-generated dude. 2 back-to-back auto-generated dudes in the top 5. I should start learning some of these auto-generated players' names because, I mean, a lot of these dudes play big parts. Some of these dudes end up winning championships, rings, finals MVPs, and stuff. That's 3 back-to-back-to-back. Hugh McCoy from Marquette goes. All right, let me just simulate the rest of this so we can see the guys we actually know. Kyle Lowry goes to the Celtics. Okay. Rajon Rondo goes to the Knicks. Oh, he was 1 pick away from going to his Celtics. He went to the Knicks instead. LaMarcus goes to play alongside Shaq and Kobe. That could be interesting. The Clippers get Rudy Gay. Paul Millsap goes to the Kings. Kevin Garnett, the white guy, goes to the Nets. JJ Redick goes to the Pelicans, which is who he's playing with right now in real life, which is kind of cool. Thabo Sefolosha, I think in real life, Thabo played time 100%. He played time in Atlanta, so shout out to that. That happened in real life. Zaza Pachulia Jr. went to the Magic. All right. But the rest, Leon Poe, don't matter. So let's go to free agency. Who is going where? Vince Carter got 4 offers. Where's his #1 offer from? The Heat. I don't know who's on the Heat, but they're gonna add Vince Carter because nobody else is offering anything. T-Mac going to the Hornets to be with Baron Davis. Timmy D, stay with the Spurs. At least that's what it looks like right now. He's 100% interested in a couple different places, but that's very Tim Duncan, ain't it? To just stay with the Spurs. You love to see it. Yao Ming, he's restricted, so no offers. Jermaine O'Neal, Pacers, going back to the Pacers. He spent he spent 2 years there, then he went, or 3 years there, then he went to Memphis, and now he's trying to go back. He loved it too much. He forgot what he missing. Sean Marion, 9 offers, and the top ones include the Timberwolves are probably going to end up with him. All right, so let's simulate a couple days in like we always been doing. Yao Ming is now unrestricted. Oh my God, and he might be going to the Warriors. Oh, you know what? That's where he was this whole time. Never mind. I was about to say, that could shake things up. 92 overall, him. 2-time defensive player of the year. Ben Wallace, no offers. Vince Carter went to the Heat. The Hornets get T-Mac. Tim Duncan stays. This guy stays. Jermaine O'Neal goes back. Shawn Marion, yeah, baby. Yes. So we did shake out the league a bunch right here. Keith Van Horn's an 88 overall right now. He resigns. Keith Van Horn was never that good. But it's an alternate universe. Antoine Jameson goes to the Celtics too to pair alongside Shawn Marion. So that's not a bad pairing. Now that I'm thinking about it. Amari goes to the Pacers too. Him and Jermaine O'Neal are going to be playing together, man. Did he just win a championship? Yeah, he won a championship with Memphis. And was like, you know what? Let me try something different. Drew Gooden resigned on a ridiculous deal. Why is Drew Gooden so good? I don't understand. And those are all the guys that have resigned so far. I do want to end up seeing if Ben Wallace... Nope. Ben Wallace still got no offers, man. If I go into this next season and Ben Wallace is a free agent, I'm going to have to turn off salary cap because he's too good not to have a job. His overall is 80 plus. He's up there. But don't have a job? Don't be a free agent. Please, somebody pick them up. Yao Ming doesn't have a job. 26-year-old Yao Ming. Healthy Yao Ming. No job. Can we sign on? You know what I'm saying? We can give you that minimum. He's like, don't talk to me no more. I'm sure somebody will pick him up, but he should not go an entire offseason without signing somewhere. Unless he's going back to, you know, play overseas or something. But all right, that's the video for this one, man. We got all the way to the year 2007. We're going into the year 2006, 2007. And this draft class, let's see who's in it. Aha, KD, Al Horford, Mike Conley, Marc Gasol, Thad Young, Greg Oden, no injury Greg Oden, Jeff Green, Corey Brewer, Joakim Noah. Let's go. This is a real good draft class. Daquan Cook, who played with Mike Conley and Greg Oden, right? Yeah, in Ohio State. He made it to the league just from being the spot-up shooter. Karl Malone, Nick Young, Swaggy P is in the league, and Jason Smith. Yeah, this is a good draft class. But all that's for a different video, y'all. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave it a like. The more y'all show support on these videos, the more often I'll bring them. We just wrapped up day number 26 of consistencies. It's like 5 more videos left, man. Can't believe I'm almost done here. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how it goes, though. January may continue. You never know. All right, I'm out, though. Peace.